I don't want it, I don't need it. It's time to go to war. Without wasting any time, let's cut the kickoff crap. Enter inside the Wargame structure and let the games begin. The first is Women's Wargames match. The war raged on SmackDown, but one wild card from Raw that being Becky Lynch joined heroic team at the last moment to even the odds and go to war with Damage Control. And yeah, Unhinged Becky is the one starting the match with her longtime rival Obnoxious Bayley. The advantage belongs to the team of faces, so Shotzi ran out of steel chair and trash can along the way to kick Bayley hard. Later Champion Sky brought Chain to war to control the damage. Belair is the captain of her team and instead of any weapons she used her own the braid. No. 2 braids already. Kairi Sane pulled out trash can lead to complement the staff and swing hard with it. Charlotte was the last from her team and for 3 straight minutes was bulldozing over the whole damage control group. Dakota Kai played the X Factor role for damage control and was helping to get those weapons into the cage through the roof. And then, in a matter of moments, Io Sky proved that she is indeed genius of the sky, getting inside the trash can and launching herself down with it into everyone. People wanted tables so hard that Asuka heard them and finally pulled out one, much to their delight. Also, she dragged fire extinguisher inside. Of course, the Wargames match officially began and heels began punishing Belair's team. Asuka's mist blinded incautious Shotzi. Charlotte turned the match around with breathtaking moonsault, taking out all her enemies. Faces worked together so good that even Charlotte and Becky finally hugged it out. It happened for the first time in 5 years. It could end right there with devastating figure 8 and champion Io Sky, but Bayley saved the day with elbow drop. Then Kairi Sane was on the verge of tapping out to disarm her, but Bayley again interrupted the pin with knee strike. Bayley was doing everything she could to save her team and even hit Rose Plant on Lynch. Another Bayley's feat was taking the bullet for Kairi Sane in form of Charlotte's spear. She really was the undisputed MVP of the match, using all her energy for the sake of damage control. And meanwhile, her teammates couldn't summon their strength to get back to help her. She was getting destroyed and manhandled in the end through the table to eat the pin would mean that her heroic team won the war. And who can call Bayley selfish after that? She did not only sacrifice championships for her teammates like Io Sky, but was making save after save in this match. She does everything for damage control. And her stupid little damage control friends, like all 4 of them, are just using her and not doing anything for her. That's disgusting. I guess she's okay with it for now, it's up to her, but sooner or later she will have to shut Dakota, Io, Asuka and Kairi up. Take charge and remind them all who is the leader of damage control and who created it in the first place. If those abusers will not fall in line, then I even expect face turns somewhere down the line. But we cannot forget about the winners. The good stands tall over the evil. Becky showed some heel-like attitude, maybe it will happen later, but at least with the victory here they all celebrated big time at the top of the cell. Rating of the Women's War is 425. Otis and Yes Boys Pretty Deadly engaged in the tug of war over potato chips, and then out of nowhere the greatest of all time, the best in the world, the Legend Killer. R-Truth made his shocking return after the entire year dealing with injury. Welcome back, Legend. If you're not interested in matches but only in big time returns, you can leave now. It doesn't get bigger and better than R-Truth himself. Also backstage, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are discussing Randy Orton's absence because he's set to make his huge return in the main event after a long injury. But he's still not here. Next match promises to be special Intercontinental Championship Workhorse Classic. The Miz's face now not only means that he's back to wrestle and give us awesome matches. And against who can you do it if not someone like Specimen Champion Gunther? I don't get it why Gunther and Imperium demand respect and gratitude from others but still despise and bully everyone who doesn't meet their standards. We are supposed to be different and behave differently. Others shouldn't share your vision and see this sport in the same way you see it. Shut up, Gunther. That's what the Miz wants to do here tonight. But philosophy aside, physically Gunther is extremely skilled and impressive. He knows how to use his size in the best way possible. Miz looks like he is reborn and is back to new life again. Ambitious and smart veteran. Despite Gunther's devastating offense and bullying, the Miz was never forgetting who he is. And he took the champion in the deep trenches. Gunther did not dominate for long periods of time. Miz was applying many different tricks to surprise his enemy. Speaking of his enemy, he launched Miz down powerbomb and the veteran kicked out. Miz is no stranger to playing dirty, so he pulled protective pillow. It got referee distracted and their miss quickly hit two low blows and skull-crushing finale, but you need a little more to get the ring general down for free. When it comes to someone as villainous and unbeatable as Gunther, fans encourage the Miz cheating. I do too. Gunther deserves it. The Miz found his way out the sleeper hold by launching Gunther and unprotected top turnbuckle, and these two were slugging it out hard until clothesline, splash, and remorseless painful Boston Crab from Gunther. And after trying his best to hold on bending the spine, the Miz was finally forced to tap out. Despite the match being energetic, hard-hitting, going incredible in the right direction, feels like they could just a little more for the ratings of the match. But fair enough, this contest was so competitive and very close between two of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time. This stuff was about wrestling. They pulled it off. Miz is awesome, but Gunther is just too much. He is too skilled in all aspects. Once you get the upper hand on him in something, he immediately finds another way to shut you down. And he'll finish you easily with no remorse. It will take some beast to defeat this cyborg. Maybe someone like Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? How about that? Rating of the match is 375. Judgment Day predict that Orton either doesn't show up and it's 5-4, or he poisons his team inside. Santos Escobar lost it, and after injuring Rey Mysterio and taking out Carlito, looks to destroy Dragon Lee in a singles match. It's very reasonable that this guy is a heel again, because when he was face, he was always in Rey Mysterio's shadow, and nobody, just nobody ever chanted his name. He was like a ghost in LWO, and had been burning inside of him for months until he snapped and went crazy by starting to put everyone on shelves. I expected this much in a pre-show, but they decided to make it right in the middle of the show to highlight this Latino feud and these two superstars. Of course, both these guys were flying and running fast with no hesitation, but Escobar was adding a lot of ruthlessness to this fight, like trying to tear and drag Lee's mask apart. We saw many high risks that were paying off. Despite the match being beautiful, high-flying affair, it's not that like I cared about their conflict. I just didn't care if Dragon Lee wins or loses. I didn't wanna rally behind them. I didn't care at all. Of course, after Canadian Destroyer and Phantom Driver, Santos Escobar won the match and this ordinary match was over. I have no idea how long Escobar's push will last, but now he's red hot and looks like WWE is all for it, trying to create a new super villain. At least the WWE Universe already knows his name very well. Santos looks to make them remember it. Rating of this is 325. Survivor Series will continue with Women's World Championship. Zoe Stark feels like impromptu challenger, just here to fill in and try to bring a fight to Dominant Ripley. The match is taking place in the second ring, what gives good old WCW vibes. Honestly, I don't see anything special in Zoe Stark that I haven't seen in many others. I just have no idea what she has to offer to become a megastar. Of course, Stark fared quite well, bringing serious competition, but wasn't a big deal for champion to shut her down lightning quick multiple times. Rhea dominated and enjoyed the process, no doubt. Still, the match was very elementary, but I didn't expect a classic, and that's why I wasn't upset at all. All it took was for Ripley to unleash the final storm and smash Riptide to get the job done. Of course, dominant champion still reigns supreme, and I think she'll even retain to WrestleMania, I have no doubt. If this match wasn't on the card, I wouldn't care either, just whatever. Rating is 375. Jay, Sami and Seth are nervous that Randy Orton's still not here, but Cody Rhodes tries to calm them down, saying he will be here to get his team's head into the game. And by the way, this blockbuster main event is right next. 5-5 men's War Games match that only takes place once a year and it's right now. It's the culmination of good versus evil. First side to come out is the evil itself, Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day. The heroic team that looks to take them down consists of Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins, and the Viper Randy Orton, who has still not arrived and did not enter the pod. It's still not guaranteed. And the World Champion decides to take the lead and start for his team to jump straight into ugly Finn Balor and ragdoll him all over the cage. Finn's best friend JD McDonagh joined the fray to help him a bit until Heat rushed into the cage to beat them up with steel chair. Next, the one Scottish angry man wanted to get his hands on Jey Uso, but Priest stopped him to follow Judgment Day's plan, so he'll have to wait in fury. And Sami was the one who finally brought Table into the cell, and for that he received so many cheers from fans. JD McDonagh's balls took the hard ride. Finally, McIntyre, focused notorious look, walks for vengeance, and after getting all over everybody, switches his focus to the one and only guy he actually came for, Jey Uso. These two were throwing bombs to each other, but much fresher McIntyre ultimately punished him from one cell vault into another. Last time I talked about how badly Drew needs a heel turn, he finally got it. He's a psychopath again, and I like his remorseless attitude, but what I don't understand is why he is going exclusively after Jey Uso. It was Solo Sikoa who cost him the title at Clash at the Castle. Why isn't he going after the entire bloodline like that? If being on the other brand keeps him away from them, so why didn't he finish his business with Sikoa when he was on SmackDown? After all, he was on SmackDown 8 months after Clash at the Castle. He had his time and chance then. Next to join was Cody Rhodes. He alongside Seth Rollins took back down memory lane for one night only, worked together destroying enemies with bull rope. The most hated man of WWE got surrounded, outnumbered in mode 1 against 4, but later numbers game caught up to Cody's team and Judgment with McIntyre destroyed them with no chance. But the countdown is on and we all came here for this one exact moment. But instead of the Viper, we got the Witch Rhea Ripley with Money in the Bank briefcase looking to surprisingly cash in, but Ripley's music was interrupted by the voices in my head. And jacked, refreshed, and motivated Randy Orton is indeed back looking better than ever. He shut the door and games began, him going all the way over the Judgment Day and picking his bones with old rival Drew McIntyre. Numbers caught up to him, but his teammates came to his aid and they all hit 5-way vintage Orton DDT. Orton was talking to Uso to remind him that he did not forget, but also proved his loyalty by saving Orton from Priest. Dominic had the privilege to taste the first RKO in 18 months. But what highlighted the match in the best way possible was Super-RKO to JD McDonough. That's what it takes to be in the Judgment Day. Enjoy it. And to finish the match it was Orton handing Priest to Rhodes for final crossroads and a big win for faces. Cody's father Dusty invented this match and Cody got the pinfall. Sounds about right. It seemed like we did it all and Survivor Series was about to go off the air, but nope. Very legendary iconic song interrupts everything and shakes this building to its core. Everyone goes nuts on introducing the one and only, the best in the world. CM Punk. 10 years. WWE. I hadn't got to watch original WWE CM Punk before I left in 2014 because I started in 2015, but it still felt indescribable and surreal. Even more so than when Cody returned to WWE. Despite I heard multiple rumors before Survivor Series in Chicago, I still did not take them seriously and was focused on the return of Randy Orton. And that's where WWE found a way to surprise us like never ever before. That's why I was shocked immediately. I didn't think about it. I was celebrating their victory. Imagine you just got satisfied enough already and then they suddenly struck you with something even more unbelievable right there. That's what it was. I commend WWE for it. The biggest return in WWE history being done the best way possible because everyone including me was distracted by the return Orton. Very nice job. Rating of the War Games match is 4.5 by the way. I haven't experienced such emotions and excitement for years. I even forgot about some previous matches after watching main event. Weeks prior, think about these two and then they actually make their blockbuster returns. Don't forget about our truth of course. Yeah, but still given ratings I have to count the entire event. For matches it's 3 and 7, and my own star is 8. Fair enough. I wanna thank Chicago for creating this magical history. I'm looking forward to make my blockbuster return just like CM Punk did. See you yesterday. RKO.